Help! My son's 20-mater GF, 19F, wears inappropriate, very revealing clothing with us in public. I'd like to address it before an upcoming family vacation. How can I tactfully handle this? TLDR at the end. My family, my husband, my mother, our son, his girlfriend, and I, were just on vacation together in a pretty fancy location. We're taking a vacation again together later this summer with similar vibes. We are in the US. My son's girlfriend is lovely and we really like her, and having her on trips with us or just around in general. The issue is that she wears some shorts that don't cover her behind at all. Half of her rear end is on display, her bikini bottoms cover more than the shorts do, even when we're shopping in town and not just hanging out at our rental house. She also wears some tiny crop tops with spaghetti straps without a bra in public with us. My mother said that she'll be embarrassed if she dresses similarly on our next vacation, and I will be too. The problem is that I don't know to handle this without coming across as a total witch, or like I'm body shaming her, something that is completely taboo for their generation, and not at all my intention. I just worry that it's going to cause friction with my mother, and that it'll be embarrassing for the rest of us. I'm not against crop tops or spaghetti straps or short shorts. I wear these sometimes, but I wish they covered more than hers do. Any advice on how to address this would be much appreciated. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Thanks. TLDR. How to address son's GF's habit of wearing very revealing clothes when we're in public together. Update. I appreciate those of you who provided thoughtful feedback. Of course, I can't respond to everyone since this blew up. I've decided to say nothing to my son or his girlfriend, but to ask my mother to try to understand that if his GF is comfortable wearing something, we need to accept it. Before we leave, I'll take the kids shopping for some things to wear on our trip, as some have suggested. Thanks. 1. I talked to your son. Explain that Grandma is from a different generation and feels embarrassed to be seen with someone dressing that way. I mean, I don't know the dynamics here, but I think in general, people would rather hear this from their SO than hear it from their SO's mom. 2. I think you can probably throw your mom under the bus in as nice a way as possible and let her know that Grandma would be happier with a little more old-school coverage. It's not that she doesn't look great, and you're not mad, but this is part of traveling with a multi-generational group. You can promise her that Grandma won't wear anything skimpy either. If you keep it light, she doesn't have to feel attacked. But just that different generations have different expectations. If she doesn't have vacation clothes that aren't like that, and you're doing well for yourselves, you could also take her shopping for vacation items for you both. But if she's not comfortable changing her style, you can only do so much to influence her choices beyond telling her to stay home. Only you can decide if that's important enough to you or your mom to do. 3. This may not be what's happening here, but I'll offer a different perspective. I came from a very different socioeconomic background than my husband. I wasn't dressing nearly as provocatively as the girlfriend in this story. But looking back, it was obvious that I simply didn't know there were different expectations for how you dressed in different situations. In my world, jeans and a tank top worked for almost everything. You just changed your shoes. Travel, shopping, nicer restaurants, meeting extended family, vacation photos, etc. were never occasions that required different clothing, because nobody had ever modeled that for me. It genuinely never occurred to me that I should be thinking about it. So it's possible that this girlfriend isn't trying to disrespect anyone. She may simply have no framework for why some people would view those outfits as inappropriate in certain settings. Let's be honest. This generation has grown up with a much more casual approach to clothing than previous generations. They see influencers wearing extremely revealing outfits in restaurants, airports, shopping districts, and everyday public settings that many older adults would have considered inappropriate. Formality has largely disappeared from a lot of day-to-day life. Add in the fact that many of these young adults spent some critical developmental years during the pandemic when social interactions, travel, events, and opportunities to learn unwritten social norms were dramatically reduced, and I'm not surprised there may be a gap. Some of these expectations simply may never have been modeled or taught. That doesn't mean the family's expectations are wrong or that the girlfriend's choices are wrong. It just means the disconnect may be less about values and more about different assumptions about what is normal. One thing my now mother-in-law did that I didn't think much of at the time was buy me clothes. There was never any pressure, criticism, or expectation attached. She'd just occasionally give me a cute sweater, a dress, a pair of sandals, etc. Over time, she quietly seeded my wardrobe with options that fit the environments her family moved in. I genuinely liked the clothes and found myself wearing them, especially around her. Looking back as an adult, I can see it was actually a very graceful form of guidance. She never made me feel judged or less than. She just modeled and provided alternatives. If this is a knowledge gap, rather than a deliberate choice, that approach may be far more effective than a conversation about what's appropriate. I also think this is ultimately a conversation your son should learn how to have, not one that should come directly from you. Part of becoming a good long-term partner is learning how to navigate situations where family expectations, social norms, and your partner's preferences don't perfectly align. If he knows his mother and grandmother are uncomfortable enough that future invitations may be affected, then he owes her that information. Something like, I want you on this trip, so does my family because they love you. But Mom and Grandma have become pretty uncomfortable with how revealing some of your outfits are around them. They've talked to me about it. I'm telling you because I want you there, and they want you there, and I don't want this to become a bigger issue later. Then she can decide what matters more to her, adapting her wardrobe for family trips or declining the invitation. Either choice is hers, but she deserves to understand the actual stakes. That's a useful communication skill for future relationships and marriage anyway. Learning to raise potentially uncomfortable topics honestly without trying to control the other person's choices will serve him and anyone he has a relationship with. 4. Unpopular opinion amongst the chat. I 25F feel that while, yes, the GF has every right to dress how she wants, I think the GF should be respectful towards her BFS family. She can still wear shorts, but you don't always have to show your butt. Maybe I was raised differently, but there are places at times where a dress code is kind of necessary. I go to bars and restaurants where they won't even allow baseball caps, sleeveless tops. I wouldn't approach the girlfriend, but maybe tell your son to pack appropriate clothing or nice outfits. By chance the GF asks what he's packing, maybe she will pack a few modest fits. Again, do not mention her clothing choices to her or anyone else. You will ruin your relationship with the GF and your son. 5. Don't take her on vacation.